And now let's all play What's My Line? And now let's meet this week's What's My Line panel. First, one of your favorite TV clowns, Soupy Sales.
Oh, thank you. And it's right now my pleasure to introduce a young lady who has written a bestseller book about interior decorating, and she has a fine exterior herself, Joanna Barnes.
Next, that man of infinite rhyme, a good guest anytime, Mr. Nipsey Russell.
In the world of radio, in the world of television, and in theater in general, there's nobody more gracious, more beautiful than Miss Arlene Francis.
And now our man from Washington that everybody votes for, Wally Bruner.
What a bright, eager-looking panel we have this week, I'm telling you. I think it's going to be a fun week on the all-new What's My Line. Welcome, panel members, and let me say to our audience, welcome to What's My Line. During the next 30 minutes, you're going to meet some interesting people engaged in occupations which we hope will baffle our panel of experts. And in addition, the panel will face a mystery celebrity guest a bit later on. But now, panel, are you all set?
We are. All set.
Okay, let's meet our first challenger. Would you enter and sign in, please? Gene Bean. And where are you from, Mr. Bean?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. You know how to play the game. So let me give the panel just a slight clue to begin with. I'll tell you that Mr. Gene Bean is in show business. And now let's show the audience exactly what his act is. Panel, I'll tell you that Mr. Bean is self-employed and deals in a service. And let's begin with Soupy Sales.
Hi, Mr. Bean. I know your brother, Boston Baked. The thing that you do in show business, do you work with somebody else?
No.
No, that's one down. We go to Joanna.
You deal in a service, Mr. Bean. Is that service performed before the fact of the show?
No.
No, that's two down. We go to Nipsey.
Does the section of the country from which you come, Tennessee, have anything to do with the nature of your show business performance?
No. And that's three down. Arlene.
Mr. Bean, when you are performing, are you on the ground?
Most occasions, yes.
On most occasions, yes. I think that's a very good answer.
It's possible that you could get off the ground, I suppose.
Yes.
Do you, do you use anything except yourself when you are performing? Do you use some sort of an implement, some sort of a utensil?
Equipment, yes.
Some sort, yes.
Is the equipment something that if I knew what that was, I'd know what you did?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Is it equipment that is attached to you in any way?
Not
No,
really,
not
I
really,
don't
no.
believe so. So that's four down. We go back to Soupy.
When you're doing this act, Mr. Bean, are you ever hit?
You mean...
Well, I mean, he might be hit by a cannonball or something.
You wouldn't be here.
No,
they
we're going to
have
give you a
to
no, and that's five down. Go to Joanna Barnes.
This thing about a service fascinates me, and you have an object which you use when you do this. Now, is this object something that is not particular to show business? Is this object something that is found also outside of show business?
Is it... Well,
It's associated with.
it is associated with show business. So you said, is there something that is not associated with show
Well, I
business?
said, is
that
it
your-
also found outside of show business? I mean, this object that he has.
I suppose so,
Yes.
yes.
Might I have one?
I wouldn't.
No, I don't think she
I
would have
wouldn't
one. That's
recommend
six down. Nipsey Russell.
Well, I'm still trying to determine, is what you do considered a performance?
Right, yes.
It is.
Definitely.
Are you now or have you ever been a hillbilly singer?
No.
No. That's 7 down. We go to Arlie.
The equipment that you use, is it made is it quite long?
Oh, I'd suppose. What do you mean quite long?
Well, I mean, could it be anything in the Stilt family?
In the Stilt family? That's
No.
a very good question, but you gotta know, and that's 8 down. We go back to Soupy.
Is this something that you would, this act that you do, is it something you do outdoors rather than
Exclusively
indoors?
outdoors, yes.
Uh-huh. Now, when you're outdoors and you don't work with anybody else, and I take when you don't work with anybody else, that means you don't have anything to do with animals.
Yes, that is
That's
correct.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know he isn't a bareback rider. Then it's something spectacular, like in the exhibition, like you would go to a grandstand and they'd say, here he is, Gene Bean, you know.
30 seconds.
30
Yeah.
seconds. Here he is, Gene Bean, 30 seconds. Then, do you do a high dive?
No.
No, I don't think it could be called a high dive. That's 9 down. Joanna?
Does what you do involve any physical danger?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. Does it involve anything remotely to do with explosives or charges?
Yes.
Are you shot through anything?
No, that's 10 down, but any last guesses before I tell you?
He's not a human cannonball.
No.
That's what I thought he was.
Mr. Bean blows himself up with dynamite. We have some film that we're going to show just a bit later on, but first I'd like to tell you a little bit more about his act. He has done this 1,040 times, and he puts himself in a box along with anywhere from 2 to 12 sticks of dynamite, lights the fuse or pushes the detonator, and whoom, he blows himself up.
It accounts for your short hair, huh?
No, exactly.
You know,
Arlene, I can say this. It's the most uncredible profession I know of. And really, I literally get a bang out of my job.
I asked him earlier, I said, have you had any close calls? And he said, no, you don't make any mistakes in this act. You know, if
Only
you make
one.
a mistake, you only make one.
last one.
And you've been doing this, you've played all over the United States and Canada and
43
South America.
states, right.
And, well, let's take a look and see exactly what it is. We have some film of you in the act, and you describe it, Gene, for us as we watch the monitor here in the studio. There we are. You're putting on a football helmet there, I believe.
Right. I use a belt to operate a football. Actually, don't matter what I've got on. If I had an armor suit on, if I
Now
miscalculate,
watch closely. He's in the box.
I'm right in the center. And you see me throw out to the right side, to your left, looking at the film.
He's actually blown out of the box, out in front, and you're a little bit dazed here, to say the least, right?
I've never knocked out this. There was a hammer blow. I black out occasion from the G-force on my lungs.
That'd be a
Back
good place to put the commercial, and that's a Cedrin headache number 10.
I want to know what your wife said, Mr. Bean. I want to know what his wife said when he walked home and said, listen, honey, I've got a great idea for an act. Guess what I'm going to do?
Well, he says that there's more danger involved in driving from one engagement to the other, rather than, you know, doing the act itself. He says he's more afraid of the cars on the highway than he is of blowing himself up with
This is a
dynamite.
scientific phenomenon this works. The highway is the most dangerous.
I hope it keeps working, Gene, and thank you for being with us on What's My Line. We'll be back to meet another challenger as What's My Line continues. Panel, I don't know why a simple occupation like blowing himself up with dynamite really threw you that time. I'm surprised you didn't get it just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Better luck next time.
Better luck next time, and it's time for next time. So will our next challenger enter and sign in, please? Lana Barrett. Miss Barrett, where are you from?
Mamaroneck, New York.
Mamaroneck, New York. You know how to play the game, so let's show the audience exactly what your line is. Panel, I'll tell you that Miss Barrett is salaried and deals in a product, and let's begin the questioning with Nipsey Russell.
I judge from the response of the audience there's something unlikely. It's not a pursuit that would normally be attached to a beautiful young girl. Am I right in assuming that?
Yes, you're right. And
Yes.
thank you.
In this service that you perform, do you come in contact with other people?
Yes, all the time.
Is it necessary in the performance of your service to converse with other people?
A little bit, yes.
A little bit. But that's not the essential essence of what you do.
No, not really.
In performing your service, do you contact?
Nipsey, I believe it was, did I say service earlier?
Product.
Product. There is a product
Oh,
involved.
I'm
there.
looking
She
for
does
some-
deal in a product.
Does the product with which you deal touch the human body in any way?
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Does that product touch the human body in the area between the waistline and, say, the top of the head?
Yes.
It does, huh? Would my social prestige in any way be enhanced if I used this product?
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Definitely?
Oh, yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Does it touch the body between the chin line and the top of the head?
Yes.
It does. Is this product consumed in any way? Is it eaten or drunk in any way?
Yes.
It is. Uh-huh. Would this food product, or whatever the product is, be attached with any outdoor activity, such as a carnival, a fair, or anything of that sort? Or a ball
No.
game?
Whereas Carnival and Fair might have this particular product, I don't think we could really say that what she does would have any connection at all with a fair or carnival, so we're going to give you one down and go to Arlene.
You're kind of sneaky, Mr. Bruner.
I really, did you see how I slipped that over?
Is the product solid rather than liquid?
Yes.
Could you buy it in a store?
Yes.
Is it something that you would have at mealtime?
Not generally, I don't believe.
No, not generally.
Whereas you might have something similar to this at mealtime, I think that would lead you astray if I gave you a
Okay.
yes. So I'm going to give you a no and go two down and go to Soupy.
Oh.
About 30 seconds, panel.
So then I assume that it's a product, and you say it is it chewable?
Yeah, yes, I hope so.
Chew it. Yeah, chew it. But when you're through with it, you wouldn't swallow it necessarily?
You wouldn't
Yeah.
swallow it?
Well, it
Oh.
might be bubble gum.
You're wrong, so you get a no. Yes, you would swallow it. 15 seconds, Joanna.
Is this product under $1 in cost, if I wanted to buy one of these?
Yes.
Would I go to a grocery store as against a drugstore to buy it?
Time. Don't flip all the cards. Take a guess.
Are you a good humor girl?
Yes! But Lana, you still won the game, even though Arlene didn't guess it until we'd flipped all the cards. So you've still won the game. You stumped the panel. She is probably the best-looking, good humor man. Where in Westchester?
Central Westchester.
In Central Westchester.
wow.
And
Okay.
do you drive a bicycle or what?
No, I drive a truck.
A truck?
Oh, boy.
I do.
A big
A big
ice
white
cream-
truck.
A big
with
white
little
truck.
doors on it and everything.
And bells and,
And
ding
bells.
dong and everything like that. Do you have any interesting customers?
I have a few dogs. They
Dogs?
dogs that come up to the truck every day with their masters and get vanilla cups.
Get a bit of good humor. Oh, Lana, thank you. And you have something here for us?
Yeah, I have one for you.
Oh, good.
Be careful.
A little good humor never hurt anyone, right?
I have one for everyone. There you go.
Thank you very much. And have them for the panel, too?
Yes.
Okay, Lana, well, you stumped the panel, won the game, and pass out your good humor. Thank you for being with us. We'll be back to meet our mystery guest when What's My Line continues. And now it's time for our mystery guest on What's My Line. Panel of the blindfolds in place?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, mystery challenger, would you enter and sign in, please? And you don't hear those kind very often, do you, panel?
Hardly.
That was quite a reception.
Is it
Mystery
somebody well
challenger.
known?
Let me remind you, panel, with our mystery guest, it's one question at a time. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to try to establish the identity of our mystery guest, and we'll begin the questioning with Arlene.
Well, that applause got bigger and bigger as though there were a mob there. Is there more than one person?
Just one.
Just one. Soupy Sales.
I take it that you're in show business. Could be.
No, absolutely, not really. I think while our mystery challenger may well be in show business from time to time, that he is better known for a particular role of endeavor that is somewhat outside the pure sense of the world of show business. Okay?
Yeah. One of those.
He doesn't completely agree with me, I might add, too. Joanna?
Are you in the sports field?
Sometimes.
Yes. Nipsey?
Sometimes. then I take it that he also indulges in other activities. Are you in any way connected with politics in the state of New York?
No.
Absolutely not. He said sometimes to sports, Nipsey, but I said absolutely yes. Arlene?
Absolutely.
Are you a baseball hero?
Oh, yes.
Oh!
Yes. Soupy?
It must be Mickey Mantle.
No. Joanna Barnes?
Are you a National League player?
Yes.
Nipsey?
Are you a member of a team that was once based in New York City?
Yes.
Arlene?
You say hey?
Say hey, Willie Mays.
Arlene, you know, I won my bet, you know.
What?
I won my bet. I knew you would answer. I gave you 4 tries, but you gave me 5, so I won a couple dollars.
Willie wanted to say, you wanted to say you were...
I'm in show business. What do you think baseball is?
That's right.
Baseball is show business.
As a matter of fact, in Harlem, when we say Batman, that's what we mean.
Willie, I was reading an article, I guess within the past week, about, of course, the classic one, the Babe Ruth home run record.
Yeah.
And what is it, 714 he hit?
The Babe is 714. I don't think I can reach it.
You're what, 50...
I think 569 or 7 or something
569,
like that,
but
yeah.
you were one of the few that could possibly reach it, aren't you?
Well, if I can reach 600, I'd be very happy about it, because the way the pitchers are coming along nowadays is just terrific, and I'm not getting any younger, and they're getting younger, so I don't think I can reach 714.
Who else is now playing actively you think that could reach it? Hank Aaron, perhaps?
I don't think so. I think Hank is about 34. Hank could feel like myself. If he can reach 600, a little above 600, it's terrific to the ball player, you know, whatever the ball player can do.
That's really fantastic that the Babe could accumulate that many home runs.
Well, I don't know how he did it, but it's really...
Maybe the fences weren't quite so far away then.
Maybe they was giving ground root doubles for home run. I don't know. I don't know what was happening there.
But, Willie, whether you pass the Babe's record or not, you've made your mark in baseball, and one that'll never be...
Are you saying I'm through or what?
No, sir.
Well, I mean, you say I made my mark. I'm still making a mark.
We're still pulling for you to break the Babe's record.
Are you sure?
The experts say, you know, you could still do it.
Well, who are the experts?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
What do they know?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out. Tell them to give me a little help or something.
But everybody's pulling for you to make it.
Well, I'm sure they are, but again, I think baseball is getting a little tough for the guy that has played 18, maybe 20 years. And like I said, the young pitchers that come along nowadays are just terrific. And I just don't feel that I can reach 714. But again, if I reach that 600 mark, I think that's a tribute to any ball player, because I wasn't a home run hitter when I first came, and it's just terrific.
Well, if you have enough of those long inning games, maybe that'll give you a better chance
That's
to make
why I'm not going to play tonight. We mean long inning game. Are you kidding?
Willie, enjoyed having you.
Thank you
Thanks so
very
much for being with us on What's My Line. What's My Line will continue right after this message. We are delighted this week to have a handsome, charming, gracious, intelligent, resourceful, funny...
Oh, don't say that.
Nipsey Russell with us on the line.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't deny it. It's all true.
You know, Nipsey, sometimes we wonder how people make it in show business, but no one can ever say that about you.
Well,
No
I
one
started
wonders
very
it's-
early, you know, at the age of 3, and I started dancing in a kids' chorus, and I graduated from that to being a tap dancer in a trio, and eventually the jokes took over from the dance steps, and that's the way it's been. I guess the best thing I've done this year has been, there have been 2 great things. I do a Red Skelton show once a year, and I'm doing a special called Soul, in which we'll have all the dancers and all the great rock performers, and many of the comedians, Red Fox, George Kirby, I will be there, and Slappy White.
Nipsey, it's a delight having you on What's My Line.
It's a pleasure
Thank
to be
you so
here.
much for being with us.
Thank you.
The panel, your batting average was pretty good this particular week, you know. I mean, this particular day, not this, it's kind of early to say that for the whole week. But Willie Mays, you guessed. The good humor, a bit late, but you got it. And the other one, you know, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. That's a what, 66%? 666? 0.2/3? 666?
And we have 4 more days to go.
And we have 4 more days to go. So
There's
congratulations for a good job. We'll see all of you, and we hope you'll join us again, too, tomorrow on the all-new What's My Line.
Honey, who's that actress we saw in that movie? You know. She's dating that guy. What's his name? You know, from that show. You know, the guy with the thing. No, it's the other actress, Mom. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. We watched it together.
If you're good with names...
Who is this raven-haired actress?
Winona Ryder?
That is right.
We've got your game. Starface, hosted by Danny Bonaducci, premieres August 1st at 9:30, 8:30 Central.
I got it. It's